Oh, are we live? Yes, if Ray says we're live, we must be live. Wonderful. Wonderful. Welcome. Welcome to Harajuku. Welcome to the eccentric entrance to Tokyo Plaza here in Harajuku. A place where I can easily do a reflection reveal, I think. Yeah, can you see me? I can see me. I'm there. Can you see me? There I am. There I am. Bye. Hey, hey. Welcome. Welcome to a Tokyo evening. I'm here in Harajuku, like I said. It's been a beautiful day. And it's, I think we're having a beautiful night as well. I just came out. I was indoors for a couple of hours doing a photo shoot nearby here. But now I feel a big urge to go on a little evening walk before heading home. So that's what I will do tonight. But the problem is that I don't really know where to go. I have a few options, but they're all feeling kind of like, I don't know, I've done so many walks recently in this part of Tokyo, so I don't really know where I should go. Personally, I'm most tempted to walk over to Shinjuku and make up for the somewhat abrupt evening walk I did in Shinjuku a few nights ago. Do a little slower one where there's time for a beer break and all that. Another option would be to head down to Yoyogi Park. And then Oku Shibuya, like the back streets of Shibuya, walk around there for a while. Another option would be to head up Omotesando and then figure things out from there. So I'll let you decide. Number one, option one is Shinjuku. 2, Yoyogi Park. 3, Omotesando. Vote now in the chat. Let's go to Roppongi. Yeah, if I do the Omotesando route, I could eventually, maybe, walk all the way to Roppongi. That's not impossible. Omotesando, 3, Roppongi. Okay, it looks like, yeah, okay, Omotesando. Okay, I hear you. Omotesando it is. Let's go. Let's hope I can make it. I'm carrying an awful lot of stuff right now. I'm carrying this guy, you know, good old Sigma art lens that I haven't used in a very long time. So that was fun to bring that guy out. And then of course I have another bunch of lenses in my slightly bigger bag than usual. So, but I think we'll be fine. I think I can walk with this. I'm not that old yet. Weather check, yes. Oh, and speaking of weather check, that also actually let me show you this. I did end up getting an Apple Watch. So 16 degrees. Mediocre air quality right now. But there you have it. Yeah, I did end up getting an Apple Watch. I found a very cheap one, used. It has a small little scratch, so that's why it was so cheap. But I figured that's fine, because then I don't need to be so worried about it and so careful with it. Because if I brought a new one, I knew that within a month or two it would get some scratches anyway. So let's just get an old one and not worry so much about the scratches. I think I paid, how much was it? 23,000 yen. This is a Series 5. So it's relatively new. It's like 2 years old. So it's not too bad. And it had like 98% battery health. So that was like, I cared more about the battery health than the health of the rest of the watch. But it's not that bad. It has like a tiny little scratch somewhere on the frame, but that's it. And yes, I'm on the Samsung now. I think I will stick with the Samsung for the foreseeable future. Yeah, 23,000 yen is about 230, more like maybe $200, I would say. 210 maybe, yeah, so pretty cheap. Oh, I forgot the FAQ pin. Okay, thank you all for pointing that out. Okay. There we go. Message. Going to the Apple Store. Well, I'm walking towards the Apple Store, yes, but I'm not planning to go inside. I don't know. I was really expecting the battery life on the Apple Watch to be complete garbage, but it's not. Like, I think I took this guy off the charger at like 9 this morning, and I still have like 50% battery left. And I used it a lot. Like, it's new, so I've been playing around with it a ton today. So it's not so bad. You had a job somewhere, that's why you have your gear on you. Yes, that's right. No countryside jobs before you move back to Sweden. Yeah, right now I don't think I have any countryside jobs in the pipeline as of right now, I'm afraid. At least I think I didn't walk here at night recently, or did I? No, I don't think so. Don't think I walked to Motesando at night recently. But yeah, should I try to do it all the way to Roppongi then? I can do that. If you want me to go there. Video and sound is A-OK. Good. It should be. It should be. It should be. As we know this equipment, and it's usually quite reliable. So let's hope that we won't have any unpleasant surprises today. Walk past Roppongi and go to Tokyo Tower. I'll see what I can do. We'll see what I can do. Oh, and also, I guess some of you will be happy to hear this. I didn't just get that Apple Watch. I also treated myself to finally a new pair of shoes. My old one was embarrassingly dirty. Get it done. Gosh. New shoes, new watch, new life. I don't know. Not new life, maybe. And still, I didn't manage to get a haircut. You can't have it all. ABC Mart? No, actually at the Nike store. I wanted to have something that was a little bit more kind of, not just super plain sneakers, but a little bit more like for trekking or hiking, and these ones fit that description quite nicely. So early Christmas here, yeah. I don't know, is it that early? Yeah, it is early. It is early. Here's the Apple Store, by the way, for those of you. I'm not going to go inside, but at least you can observe it from the outside. Apple Store, or as I prefer to call it, the Church of Steve Jobs. Because Apple stores are built like churches, and Apple fans are like religious fundamentals it does. But not yet. It's still like 20 degrees in the daytime, so still snow is quite far away. Usually if it snows, it's gonna be like in January or February. Too bad these lights aren't on yet. I don't know if they haven't started using them yet, or maybe they switched them on a bit later, but that would be odd because it's already dark. So we made it to Omotesando crossing. Just took like 10 minutes to get here. It's not very far. Also some nice cones here. But yeah, you want me to walk towards Roppongi. Should I do that then? Okay, thank you Asante for switching off the microwave. Or maybe it was Yari. But that's not where we're going. So I could go straight, but then there's a big cemetery blocking the way, and I don't think it will be terribly interesting to walk there, especially now since it's all dark. Turn right, and we will eventually hit we should eventually hit Roppongi. Video is stuttering. I see. Sorry, there's not much I can do about it. Maybe like everybody's leaving work now, so maybe the mobile phone networks are a bit congested. I don't know. But I think yeah, this is a pretty busy area and a lot of people are out, so that's probably why. Because I walked here before without any issues, so. Tokyo Tower. Is that where I'm supposed to walk today? All the way to Roppongi and Tokyo Tower? Will I make that? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's try. But yeah, I do notice that the bitrate is very low. And has been so for a while, so let's hope that it improves soon. Phones and those people still working in the buildings. Yeah, I mean, after all, it's just 5:30, so it's not that late. A lot of people are probably still working for another couple of hours, but let's hope that we'll have a better signal. Now it looks like I'm at full strength again here on my end, so yeah. Anyone fancy a new car? I heard this place is good. Yeah, you will. I think the supercar fund is still not there yet. It's almost there. It's getting there, but we still have a little bit to go in order until I can afford one of those. Tapioca お店。この辺多分タピオカお店がないと思います。もっと原宿駅の方だったら多分タピオカの店あるかもしれないけど、青山はちょっと。Should we go down here? Walk a little bit around the local areas. What do you say? Or should I follow the main street for a little bit longer? Yeah, why not? Right, you are. Why not? Let's go down here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Roppongi Hills, that building. It always looks so kind of, I don't know, so massive and almost intimidating. It is massive. Small streets, yeah. Thank you. Good that we can agree on something. Yeah, that's the Mori Tower. Or, I think the official name is Roppongi Hills. Mori is like this company that owns a lot of towers around Roppongi. So, little pool coffee. Looks tempting, but I think I'm more in a beer mood tonight. I already had enough coffee for today. It's late now, so if I drink coffee this late, I may not be able to sleep tonight. Still open. Yeah, after all, I mean, it's not late. That's the thing. It's not even 6 o'clock, so shops are still open. Mostly. Thank you, it's me, you know. Hey T, thanks for this evening walk. Thank you for watching. Thanks so much. Oh, my Apple Watch just made a funny sound. Aha! I still don't know how this thing works. Now it asks me if I want to record my auto walk. Yeah, of course. Of course I do. This building is pretty cool. Pretty sure it's designed by Kuma Kengo. So we're going down this way. Oh, thank you, Joel. Beer time later. Thank you so much. Beer time it shall be. Oh, this is a liquor shop. Looks very fancy. I'm sure I can find some interesting beer in here. But it's a bit too early. I think I should walk a little bit further before I get my beer. How's the weather? It's snowing here. It's not snowing here. It's, what was it? I forgot. It's 16 degrees in Tokyo right now, according to my watch. When's the season of hot sake? I would technically be very happy with some hot sake right now, but I guess it should be a little bit more wintry to really taste the best. There's actually a lot of interesting small shops on these side streets. I'm not really familiar with this area. Does your feet hurt after all the walking? Well, no. I still haven't gotten used to these shoes, but they've been pretty kind to me so far. I'm not suffering at all. What time is sunset this time of the year? Sunset is about 4:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, it's been dark for well over an hour now. Oh, a little shrine here. Let's check it out. Beautiful. Do you use soul inserts? No, I don't. Beautiful little mini shrine. So I think a little bit further down here, then I should be able to turn right, and I think I will be on track for Roppongi. I should partner with a shoe brand. Yeah, people mention that from time to time. I certainly would do that, but so far I haven't been approached by any shoe brands. But if there's anyone working with PR for shoes out there, you are more than welcome to send me an email. Look at this Roman castle. I'm pretty sure it's some like wedding chapel or something, or I don't know, but like it looks like it could very well be something like that. Ever drove in Japan? No, because I don't have a driver's license. Or I don't have a car either. So no driving. My wife drives me sometimes. We usually rent cars when we're traveling. And she always tells me I should get a driver's license. But so far I haven't. Trattoria Firenze, Santa Maria. I'm actually getting a bit hungry, but I will eat when I'm back home. So, just a beer break today. Yeah, driving the Tokyo Expressway at night must be awesome. I think so too. I would even consider like hiring someone to take me on a drive just so I can film it. Actually, because it is quite nice to ride a car in Tokyo at night. Will this ever turn green? Yes, it did. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Evening snacks. Yes, you will. If you come here, you should drive me around. That would be great. In your Porsche. Nice. Looking forward to it. Loud Garden. Interesting name. Let me just check the map, because like I said, I'm not super familiar with these streets around here. I'm not 100% sure that I am where I want to be. That was great that I checked the map, because yeah, I can walk down here. Then it's gonna be a bit quiet for a while, but maybe that's not so bad. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. No wonder you're not losing weight with this much beer and snack support. Right, yeah. That is true. That is true. Almost daily beers. But only when I'm streaming though. I don't really drink beer very often otherwise. Come to SF, yeah, that would be great. I would love to. It's one of the places in the US I would rather, like, most want to go to actually. Yeah. San Francisco and Seattle. Maybe Portland would be interesting as well. Do you use a pedometer? Pedometer, that's a very funny word. Well, kind of. I just showed off my new Apple Watch, so I guess that's what I'm using now. Before this, I had a Fitbit that was tracking my step count. So yeah, it's usually on days when I stream, it tend to be, well, depends on the stream, but maybe around 20,000 steps. Aha. In Spanish it's fees. I did not know that. Did not know that. Ah, we just passed 300 viewers. Thank you and welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Sleep clinic. Maybe I should go here, since I'm suffering from sleeping issues quite often. Yeah, if you are watching this and you haven't pressed the like button yet, then it would be great if you could do that. As always, it's a great way to show your appreciation for all the work I put into this channel. Yeah, insomnia, and I mean, having a small child doesn't really do wonders to your sleep either, but even without her, I was often struggling with having trouble falling asleep or waking up in the middle of the night without being able to fall asleep again. So you'll solve it with alcohol. Not really. maybe alcohol helps me fall asleep easier, but it also makes the quality of my sleep much even worse, so it's not really helpful.
こんばんは。今どこに歩いてますか？今は六本木に向かってます。Ding! My watch keeps saying ding. Okay, now it was just my wife who sent me a message. I probably need to tune these notifications. I noticed that this watch is like it's pinging me all the time now. It's kind of funny that the watch even shows the photos that people send without having to pull out the phone. Not sure if I will want my Facebook notifications to the watch all the time, but it's kind of right now it feels like a fun little novel thing. I don't know how sustainable it is. Yeah, on my previous smartwatch I had all the notifications off. Let's see if I will do that on this one too. This one just feels like so much more, I don't know, so much more polished and fun to use. So who knows? Maybe with this one I will actually use it a little bit more. Moses Mariano just became a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Also thanks to everybody who joined me on my little, Kashira line walk the other day. That was a fun one. That was probably my favorite walk so far since coming back from Sweden. No, maybe the Minova walk. That was great too with the sake tasting. But yeah, this weekend's walk was really enjoyable. I think I will do more train lines soon. Maybe I will start a new train line walk this coming weekend if I can. How do you sell used gadgets in Japan? Yeah, there's lots of shops that buy them from you. So I don't know if it's something a little bit more valuable, then I usually try to sell it directly to someone by using like Facebook, because there's tons of groups for people buying and selling stuff in Tokyo. So I've sold quite a lot of things that way, but sometimes also these shops can give you a pretty decent deal, especially if you like upgrade. If you're buying an iPhone 13 and you trade in your iPhone 12, then they give you a bit more than usual for your old phone, so that can be quite attractive as well. Plus that you don't have to deal with all the hassle. Whenever I post on Facebook, I get 50 messages from annoying people who just want me to lower the price, and sometimes I don't really appreciate having to deal with that. Also, like a lot of Japanese people use Mercari, which is this flea market app. But I've never bothered using that myself because they take pretty hefty fees as well. But my wife often uses Mercari. Like, I think it's pretty good for like smaller things. But if you're selling something for like 100,000 yen and they take 10% commission, that's a little bit hefty to me. And a little bit difficult to justify. But I do have like, actually right now I have a graphics card that I want to sell. And it seems like people are paying quite much for it on Mercari, so I might try selling it there. Mercari の CM よくやってますね。そっか、見たことないかな。見たことあるかな。What sort of graphics card? It's a NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super. Because now I bought a new laptop a while ago, so I got rid of my desktop. But the guy who bought my desktop, he offered to buy it without the graphics card, and offered a decent price for that. So yeah, and I thought like selling the graphics card on itself shouldn't be too difficult. So that's what I'm planning to do. Wait, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to cross here. Am I supposed to cross here? I think I am. Yamaguchi-san, welcome. You're back with a can of beer in your hand. Wonderful. Yeah, I think I can quite easily sell that card. Graphics cards are in high demand, and that's a pretty decent card, so shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see, I was about to check the map. No, actually, maybe I should cross not there, but instead here, the next crossing. Looks like it might be better for me. If there is one. Oh, maybe there's... Oh, okay. Got it. I'll walk down here. Near Nishiasabu. Yeah, that's right. My viewers told me to go to Roppongi, so that's where I'm going tonight. I had no idea that I would end up in Roppongi tonight, but there you have it. That's the plan for tonight. Let's see, what else are you saying? Sync the Apple Map with your watch. I can. Or like, I just need to open the Maps app and it will... Just a moment. Location. There we go. And it tells me where I am. I'm here. Gonpachi, the famous Kill Bill restaurant, is here. Urban grocery, kombucha. Let's see, let's cross here now before it's too late. Okay.
クリントンと小泉、そこでご飯食べたかな。そうですね、よくわかんないけど可能性があると思います。Barely any walking shake. You should run more often. Oh yeah, really? That's cool. Hobson, yeah, that's I think it's an ice cream shop. It's been there for a really long time. Hobson's. Not Hobgoblin, no. So we're actually getting pretty close to Roppongi now.さんとブッシュだった。そっかそっか。結構前ですね。Liquor Mountain. Shall we have a look? See if I can get a decent beer here. Let's see. Wonderful. Mostly bottled beer, but they do have a few cans. Let's get this Nagahama IPA. Hi.
283円です。
はい。
はい、300円お預かりします。17円。はい、
ありがとうございます。はい、大丈夫です。どうもでした。
ありがとうございます。
Okay. Yeah, nice music, right? Wonderful. I have a beer. Let's see if we can find a place with a nice view where I can enjoy this beer with you. There we go. Storing the beer in my little pocket here. It's actually so warm, so I'm not even wearing my jacket. I'm just wearing nice long sleeves. And that's kind of a comfortable temperature today. What beer is that? It was called Nagahama IPA. I am not sure where it's from. Probably a place called Nagahama, but I have no idea where that might be. This bridge looks like a nice place to sit under. Not sure. Not sure. Oh. I'm live streaming, but good to see you. Bumped into someone I knew.
So yeah, I think we can find a much better place than under this bridge. Shouldn't be any problem. It's funny, I bumped into a lot of people during my streams recently. And now I bumped into a cat as well. Hey! Hello there, Roppongi cat. Where are you going? I think the nightlife area is this way though. He was going the wrong way. Was that a cat or a skunk? That was definitely a cat. Definitely a cat. The bus to Shibuya. Actually going between Roppongi and Shibuya. There's no good train line for that, so bus is like the only option unless you're a weirdo like me and really enjoy walking. Where did the stream start? It started at in Harajuku, at the crossing between Meiji-dori and Omotesando. And then I let my viewers vote. I gave them 3 options: Omotesando, Shinjuku, or Yoyogi Park. And they voted for Omotesando, and then someone told me that I should go to Roppongi as well. So that's why I'm here. Yeah, those buses are pretty frequent, I think. The Shibuya buses. Yeah, so it's a good idea. If you're watching this, I highly recommend that you click the notification bell, or even join me on Patreon so that you get more reliable notifications, because quite often I do that in the beginning of the stream. I let my viewers tell me where to go. So if you think that sounds fun and you want to increase your chances of joining me from the beginning of the streams, then yeah, that's a bit of an advice for you. So we're just at Roppongi Hills now. It didn't even take an hour to get here. 50 minutes since the stream started. And of course, I should not forget to mention that my Patreon supporters also get access to my Patreon-only streams. So that's another little reason to join there. Are we still in Harajuku? No, we are in Roppongi. We are in Roppongi now. Harajuku was just the starting point. Is the spider still there? I think it is. We shall soon find out. But I'm pretty sure it's still here, yes.
Same spider, yes. Same spider as in Bilbao, Spain. I didn't know that. But I think the artist is... No, she's French, right? It's a female artist. I think she's French. I forgot her name. But yeah, the spider is still here. Absolutely. Spider is a symbol of capitalists. Then it's kind of ironic that it's standing here in front of the Google headquarters and all the other big companies located in this building. But maybe that's the whole point. David, you recently registered on Instagram and checked my Instagram, and I was really into monochrome shooting at first. Yeah, that's right. I'm basically that account. So here you have a good view of the Tokyo Tower. Basically that account, which is now the Tokyo Explorer account, was originally an account I used for black and white street photography photos. But these days I don't do those anymore. So I kind of recycled that account and made it the Tokyo Explorer account instead. Yeah, very nice view here. Tokyo Tower, and I don't know if you can see it, but I think there's also a helicopter. Or potentially an airplane. I guess we should walk down here, this nicely illuminated streets. But first it's time for my beer break. First we need a beer. And if we can have a beer with the Tokyo Tower view, my life would pretty much be complete. Can we do that? I think we can. Although I'm not the only one with that idea, with that wish, but I think I can quite comfortably find a little spot here for my beer, for me and my beer. Thank you, it's me, you know. Cheers. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I will put the camera down and also rest my shoulders a little bit from carrying this. It's not terribly heavy, but it is. The lens is a bit chunky, so walking around with it for hours gets a little bit tiring. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me this far. Beer break time. Kanpai, skål, and all that. This is a good place for a beer break. Can't complain. I didn't expect to end up here, actually, to be honest. I expected to end up in Shinjuku tonight. Illumination はまだですね。この下の道路は多分イルミネーションがあるみたい。ビールの後は行ってみます。So let's see, what are you saying?
Hipsters not letting elderly sit down on the bench and drink their beer in peace. Shame on them. Totally agree. Totally agree. But maybe did this bench just open up? Did it? Did it? I think it did. Yes, wonderful. I will move my stuff. It doesn't. No, actually, the view was better from the previous place for you, right? I think so, because now from that place you just see the reflection. I think it's better here. So let me see. What are you saying? What are you talking about? Sigma Monsterlands, yeah. Beer alcohol percentage, right. There's always someone asking about that. If I didn't know Japanese, I would probably have assumed that it says 100%, but that's just says 100% beer. Here it says the alcohol percentage. I don't know. Are we getting to focus? Yes, 6%. 6%. This one is good. I like it. Hello, Video Street View. Thanks for stopping by. We need to go for a beer or a coffee or sometime soon. Or something sometime soon, I think. ビール飲んだらおちっこ行きたくならない。一杯なら大丈夫です。2杯飲むとちょっと危険です。Someone asked, do I think phone cameras will displace regular cameras? I think they already have to a very large extent. I think a lot of people who would have bought a camera 10 years ago are now content with just their mobile phones. So I think they do, but I don't think they will replace professional cameras. Because of the laws of physics, you can't put a big sensor and a big lens in a phone, and those things are still needed for a certain look of photos. Is it a good beer? Yes, it is. It is. I would say 4 out of 5. And generally, I'm fond of IPAs, and this one is nice, quite bitter. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Say campaign in Indonesia. Bersulang. Was that right? Bersulang? Toranomon あたりかな。違います。これ六本木ヒルズです。But I mean, to be honest, like if I'm just taking a handheld shot here now of Tokyo Tower, I think the camera in my iPhone or Samsung is more likely to give me a good shot than with this one. Maybe, well, now I have a very bright lens on this one, so I can get a decent handheld shot, and also this one has a built-in stabilizer, so it's pretty good. But there are certainly situations where a phone takes better photos than a DSLR these days. So that's quite interesting. iPhone is better than full frame. Well, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. But for example, there are photos that I can take with the phone that I can't take with a DSLR unless I have like a tripod. But for handheld night shots, mobile phones are crazy good these days. So one example is a shot I took of my daughter last night when she had just fallen asleep, and she was super cute lying in bed, and the only light was a very, very weak little lamp. And with that light, it would be, I mean, sure, if I hooked up a tripod and used my DSLR, I could get a shot, probably with like 30 seconds or 1 minute exposure time, but then she would be moving. But with the phone, I could get a shot that was sharp and looked good very easily. So yeah. When you want to make a print, well, if you want to make a print, you need a photo, and if it's a situation where a DSLR can't take a photo but a mobile phone can, I think the mobile phone wins. But yeah, sure, in daylight situations, then DSLRs are still better. But all this computational photography that's happening in modern phones, that's amazing stuff. That really, yeah, opens up new possibilities. So, almost done with the beer, so I'm ready to start moving. Rating 3.4 out of 5 on Untapped. I see. Maybe they are more picky than me. Is it cold there? No, not really. It is currently 16 degrees here. For a Swede like me, that's not particularly cold. Anyway. No, should I offer to take them the photo? Bum is not cold sitting on those stairs. It's okay. It's okay. Have you taken semi-professional shots with the telephoto on the iPhone? No. I think the portrait lens, the telephoto lens on the iPhone is pretty crappy. The telephoto lens on most phones are pretty crappy. It's actually the Pixel 6 Pro seems to be the first phone with a decent telephoto lens. I don't know. I much rather have a good wide-angle lens than a telephoto lens. Shall we go? I'm done with my beer. Thanks for joining me. Just a few dozens of people left. So let's go and check out the Illuminations before we wrap up today's stream. I think, yeah, it's been an hour now, so I think we can do another half an hour or so. So let's go down here and see what it looks like down there. You're brave to sit so close with him sneezing and no mask. Yeah.
vaccinated and feel safe. Also, like, I think yesterday it was like 7 registered cases of COVID here in Tokyo, which is insanely low. It almost feels like the whole pandemic thing suddenly just disappeared from Japan. But I'm still glad that. Look at this. これはロマンチックですね。いいね。これは完璧なデートスポットですね。This would be a perfect date spot. So romantic. So romantic. Oh, did we get some buffering just as I entered here? Let's see. Date spot. So, 完璧なデートスポットですね。It's really... So, like, for example, this... Let's see. Let's do a night mode shot here with the iPhone. Okay. Looks like this. Not too bad, even though iPhone's night photos are a little bit flat. I kind of like the night shots better from the Samsung actually. But then let's do the same with my badass heavy duty pro camera. No, I think in this situation, I do think my Nikon probably wins, just judging from what it looks like here on the back of the camera, which really doesn't come across very well to you. But if it was even darker than this, we would eventually reach a point where I could take better handheld shot with a phone than with this camera. Have a poll. Yeah, maybe I should upload both photos to Patreon and let you vote which one you prefer. So yeah, there's Illuminations here. Nice. What's the Nikon's price? Well, this camera, I don't know how much it is now, but when I bought it, I think I paid like 400,000 yen for it, so about $4,000, and that's just for the camera. Then the lens is another 150,000, so it's a different price bracket. It's in a different price bracket for sure. Yeah. Did you? I don't know. Video Street View. Did you answer me? I wanna go for a coffee or a beer with you soon. It would be great to see you again. It's been a while. Yeah, I think it's a lot of money. Yeah, I think my camera bag usually. Today I'm actually carrying a little bit lighter kit than what I do on average, but I think it's usually about $10,000 worth of camera stuff. But fortunately it has paid for itself several times over, so I'm not complaining, but it would be a pretty hefty bill to swallow if it was just for a hobby. Thought the Nikon would be half the price of a current iPhone. No, not if you want the good Nikon. You can get a cheap one for less than half the price of the iPhone, and that will still be a pretty good camera. But yeah, this one is currently their, I guess, second best camera in their lineup. But again, the camera is just a minor part. The lenses is what really costs, where you spend most of the money as a professional photographer. So I guess we have a thumbnail opportunity here with the heart and Tokyo Tower in the distance. I think that could be potentially thumbnail. Potentially. For work equipment, it's not much money. I agree. There are lots of jobs that require far more expensive equipment than photography. Can we walk through here? Please be careful to stay in the path of the Japanese garden. Okay, sure. So now we're kind of like this. Okay, here's, I think, a situation where I think the iPhone will actually beat my Nikon if I were to take a photo here. It's not a terribly interesting subject, but anyway. Yeah, that was a 6-second exposure and it turned out very bright. So I'm gonna take a handheld shot here with my Nikon. Then okay, it doesn't look so bad here, but this is at a ridiculously high ISO. So if I zoom in, you can probably even on the stream you can probably see how noisy it is. So yeah, when it's really, really dark, I think phones are quite amazing. And the iPhone shot is very clean. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Is it because the iPhone actually captures more light? No. The iPhone captures way less light, but it has all these software tricks, and that's where the magic happens. And those software algorithms are ridiculously good these days. So I'm really looking forward to the day when they put those kind of software things into real cameras. Then things will be exciting and interesting. You brought this Nikon in Japan, so which camera come with you from Sweden?
I think pretty much all the cameras I use are bought or purchased in Japan. Yeah, I don't think I have any camera right now that I got in Sweden. It's just too, I don't know, cameras are very expensive in Sweden. Especially, yeah, unless you can write it off as a business expense in Sweden. Otherwise it's very expensive to get a camera there. So let's check out these Illuminations. Also my iPhone, Apple Watch wants me something. Oh, my mom. Hello mom, are you watching my stream right now? Maybe she is. My mom likes Roppongi. She used to stay near here on her first visit to Japan. She stayed in Azabu. And she has quite fond memories of this area. She probably likes Roppongi more than I do. Mamma T, yes. So this is the head office of Terebi Asahi, one of the main TV broadcasting channels. And I've actually been inside here on a few of their shows throughout the years. Are these apartments? They are. They have probably a quite nice view of Roppongi Hills and this little garden and everything around here. Keyakizaka. Is that the name of this hill? I did not know that. これはケヤキですか？この木。Tokyo Explorer, how does working for Terebi Asahi compare to working for NHK? I don't know, I can't really say I worked for Terebi Asahi. I've been on a panel in one of their shows a couple of times, many years ago. A show where they invited lots of non-Japanese journalists to comment on various things. So yeah, it wasn't really, I don't know, I was more just, I can't say I worked for them. NHK I worked for. We've been on a location shoot. Oh no, but wait, I've actually been on a location shoot with Terebi Asahi as well. That's right. I have been. They did follow me on a trip once. I don't know. Not a big difference actually. Not a big difference. Romantic desu ne. This is also good date spot. What do you think? I should have a date night with my wife sometime soon. It's been a very long time since we could do that. It would be nice to just go to some cheesy neighborhood like this and just walk around and have something nice to eat. We should do that.
to get a babysitter for Mini Explorer. Yeah, that's the challenge. That's the challenge. But hopefully my wife's sister can help us out. What was I saying? Another question. こんばんは. Everybody's taking selfies here. Do I use Adobe for my post-processing? Yes, I do. Lightroom. Lightroom is my editing software of choice, and sometimes Photoshop, but mostly Lightroom. It's very rare that I open photos in Photoshop these days. So here you can get a good view with Tokyo Tower in the background. It's quite nice here, and it's so weird that it's still, I don't know, it's like Christmas illuminations, but it's not even cold. This is cool. I don't know how my phone can capture this, probably not, but it's a pretty interesting 3D cube. Difference between Photoshop and Lightroom. So Lightroom is more like for, generally speaking, Lightroom is for editing the entire photo, like the whole color balance and the contrast and the entire aspect of the photo. Whereas Photoshop is more like where you go to edit tiny details, like removing something distracting in the background or someone's pimple on the forehead. So that's kind of the main difference. And I rarely do that kind of editing on my photos. Basically all I do is just adjusting color, contrast, brightness, and maybe some slight cropping. Garfield, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the next beer, and I think Smee also did another super chat. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Always the cones. But yeah, this is a nice street. But you asked me to go to Tokyo Tower. So I'm thinking about doing that because your wish is my command, you know. Let's see. Tokyo Tower. There we go. It's another 20 minutes walk, which will make this a relatively long stream, especially considering that it's a weekday. But why not? Why not? Roy, thank you for the nice walk. Thank you. Yeah, things like that really helps me feel more motivated. So thank you, Roy, for making me motivated so I will complete the walk to Tokyo Tower. Everybody in the chat should thank him. Him and everybody else who super chatted. Because that does indeed mean a lot. There's no way I could do these walks almost daily if it wasn't for the people who support me either through super chats or my Patreon. But the fact that I get a little bit of money from it actually paid well instead of just going on random walks on YouTube. So yeah, it means a lot. Thank you. Wow, my Apple Watch keeps telling me things. Finished your workout? No, I did not finish my workout. What makes you think I finished it? Dismiss. I'm still working out. Here's the current stats of today's walk. Wait, there's actually another street with a much nicer view of the Tokyo Tower, but maybe this street curves here. Maybe we can see Tokyo Tower this way down here as well. Tokyo looks sugoi at night. It does. Tokyo, I always say that Tokyo looks the best at night. In daylight, I don't think it's a very beautiful city, but at night, mwah. At night in the rain, yeah. That is gorgeous stuff, although not very pleasant to actually walk, but certainly beautiful to watch. So let me see. The chat is quite active right now, so I'm sorry I'm not able to respond to everyone. Oh, Ray, you've been member for 11 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your support being a mod here is greatly appreciated. Also means a lot. This was a talk already, but I ask still. Streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time and get double the profit by time. I don't know. First of all, I don't think it's allowed to stream on both platforms at the same time. I think there's something in the terms and conditions that if you're monetizing your stream, you can't live stream it somewhere else at the same time. At least that's what someone has told me. And I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just old, but I feel that the Twitch crowd is very, I don't know. I really appreciate my viewers here on YouTube, and the fact that many of them are a little bit older. I have a feeling that Twitch is much younger, and I would just get lots of views from people who will just ask me what my favorite anime is and tell me to go to maid cafes. And yeah. I don't really feel that I want that. And I'm sure there's lots of great people on Twitch too, so don't get mad at me now. I'm sure it is, but I don't know. It just feels like a lot of hassle, and yeah, I'm kind of happy. Like, if I would start Twitch, I would probably like do something else there. Maybe I would start a game streaming channel on Twitch, or I don't know, something slightly different I could do just to try out Twitch. But I'm happy. I'm happy here on YouTube. Tell us your favorite anime themed makeup. Yeah, I should do a DDR channel on Twitch. That would be great. That would be great. Just need to negotiate with an arcade so that they could let me stream there, and then I'm sure
also most of the music is copyrighted, so I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I mean, it's quite likely that I would probably earn more if I stream on Twitch instead of YouTube, but I don't know, it's not all about the money. It's about doing something you enjoy, and I really enjoy doing this here on YouTube, so I'm happy with that. There's one just north of Shinjuku. I've seen it streaming a couple of times. I'm sure that that's Mikado, the game center you're talking about. That's near Takadonobaba. It's a quite famous game center with lots of retro games and fighting games. It's a cool place. I really like it. I did not watch Chris Broad's new studio, no. I saw the thumbnail for a video about something like that, but I don't know. I don't really watch many other Japanese YouTubers. Like, just briefly sometimes to get a sense of what they're doing. But when I watch YouTube, I kind of want to escape from Japan. So I don't really watch much Japan content. I'm sure it's cool though. He seems like a man with good taste, and he has a very big YouTube channel that probably enables him to do a lot of amazing stuff. Also, just watching people like him and like other really successful YouTubers doing something in the same kind of universe as I'm doing, that just makes me so jealous and make me feel bad about myself. So I rather avoid watching those things. Getting closer to the tower. Yes, we are. We are. No, I suffer a lot from jealousy in a way that makes me very, very anxious. So I try to avoid watching people who I could potentially feel jealous about. Aggressive use of horn. Yeah, it was. It was very un-Japanese. Very un-Japanese horning. Have you ever met other YouTubers doing live stream? Not sure. Not that I can think of, no. Nothing that pops out of at me. Oh, we just passed 400 viewers. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm impressed you walk such a long distance. My feet would die in 1 hour. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Like, I like walking. That's why I have a walk. You have a walking YouTube channel as well, and you do like 1 hour, 1.5 hour walks. This is nothing. It should be nothing to you. Video Street View. It's not far. I've only walked, how far? Can I see that? I only walked 4 kilometers. 4.6 kilometers. That's nothing. That's nothing. Yeah, I carved out a niche. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, did I? I'm basically just doing what Only in Japan Go is doing, except that I might have a slightly different personality from him, but I wouldn't say that I've done anything new, but I'm happy that so many of my viewers enjoy what I'm doing and keep watching my videos, and that's been with me for so long, like a year and a half. Has your desire for YouTube success made you hesitate about moving back to Sweden? No, it hasn't. Other things makes us hesitant to move to Sweden, but YouTube success is not a factor in that equation, no. Video Street View Japan had a video from Futako Tamagawa recently. Yeah, he did, and so did I. I do it all the time when I'm lazy, when I'm too lazy to go anywhere else. Like the gang violence, yeah, the gang violence is definitely a more significant factor than YouTube success when it comes to moving back to Sweden, and the pros and cons associated with it. Wow. Look, this place just opened a few days ago. Look, they got so many flowers, and it looks like each bouquet is kind of identical. That's interesting. Why is that? Apparently, a German newspaper dubbed Sweden the most dangerous country in the EU. Well, I mean, there are a lot of articles like that, but I think it's kind of BS. That's just like sensationalist headlines. It's not that dangerous, but I don't know. There are certain issues about Sweden. That was Bild, the crappy magazine. Yeah. Yeah, I think I heard about that too. And I don't know. You shouldn't trust everything in the media. But certainly it is a bit worrying, especially now since I'm so used to living in Japan, where you never hear about like shootings and gun violence, and then like in Sweden it's happening quite frequently. So yeah, that is a bit problematic and makes me question things. Is Japan safe for girls to live? I don't know. I'm not really the right person to answer that question, but maybe not. We are getting closer to Tokyo Tower, my friends. We are getting closer to Tokyo Tower. I think, yeah, there's a station down this road where, yeah, this crossing down there, I will get a nice view of Tokyo Tower, and that will be where I wave goodbye tonight, because this stream turned out to be much longer than expected.
AT, why did you choose Nikon? I chose Nikon back in 2008. Before that I was actually using Canon. But when Nikon released the D700 camera, that camera was so good at low light photos, which is something that I've always enjoyed. So that made me switch from Nikon to Canon. Let me see, what was the question again? Is there any consideration, because I want to buy some starter pack camera for $1,000 to $2,000? I really don't know the lineup right now and how much it costs, and also I really don't know what you are planning to shoot and what your priorities are. But I think the entry-level full-frame cameras is probably the best place to start. But yeah, I don't really know what Nikon or Canon or the other makers have in that kind of price bracket right now, so I'm sorry. But what I would say is, probably if you can afford it, I would recommend that you get a full frame camera rather than a crop sensor camera. Because I don't think the price difference is that huge, but the image quality difference is quite significant. So, yeah. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but yeah, I haven't bought any camera gear in a long time now, and it's always constantly changing, so. People says Canon for landscape and Nikon for portrait. And I'm sure you can meet a lot of people who would say the opposite. Nikon for landscape and Canon for portraits. Some people say Canon has better colors than Nikon. Some people says that Nikon has better skin tones. Like this, I don't know, there's a lot of sayings, but in reality I would say they're the same. No matter which you get, you're not gonna feel that, oh, my camera is not good enough. Like, it will be good enough, and the limiting factor will be your creativity and ambition. So yeah, the only advice that I have when people are asking me what camera to buy is basically just go to a shop and try a few cameras out and get the one that you feel that feels the most fun and most comfortable to your hands. That's really, because it's the camera is not going to be the limiting factor. Although, one piece of advice, like if I were starting from scratch today, I would probably go for Sony. Just because Sony has so much, they have like really good lens lineup now for their mirrorless. And neither Canon nor Nikon has that same lens options. So I'm not so fond of the Sony like UI and UX elements of Sony cameras. But I would still probably choose, like if there was a fire and my entire camera equipment burnt up and I had to build a new system from scratch, I would go for Sony, just for the lenses. Is that a train station? It was, yes, we did pass a train station here. That's, which station? Akabanebashi. So I will just give you a nice little Tokyo Tower view and wave goodbye. And yeah, you are fond of Fuji, and so am I. I really like Fuji. Their cameras are a lot of fun to use. So they're not a bad idea, but image quality is not really up to full frame standards, unfortunately. TE is indeed passionate about photography. I don't know, am I? I don't feel so passionate about it now compared to a couple of years ago. I haven't really done that much photography in the last couple of years, especially since I started YouTube. Photography has really ended up in the kind of secondary, what do you say, in the back seat. But anyway, we're almost at 2 hours now. 1 hour and 50 minutes of walking. So I think I will leave you here with this overexposed view of Tokyo Tower. See, this would have looked so much better if I was streaming on the iPhone, because it doesn't overexpose like this. But you can't have it all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon, maybe as soon as tomorrow actually. I will probably do another live stream tomorrow daytime, maybe continuing that walk I did along the Nambu line when I ended up in Musashi Shinjo the other week. I might go there again and check out the next station on that line. Anyway, thank you so much, and see you all next time. Bye bye, hej då, auf Wiedersehen, godnatt, oyasumi nasai, schlaf gut.